Hello YouTube, this is a Wi-Fi battle between me and pokegamer88. I hope you enjoy. He leads off. Well, I lead off with my Crobat, while he leads off with his Aerodactyl. And his has pressure, so each of my attacks take 2 power points instead of 1. He uses Rock Slide, which brings my Crobat down to his Focus Dash. And then I use Confuse Ray to set up the game for later. I don't get the confusion hacks, and he uses Fire Fang to take out my Crobat, which shows it's not shorts. So, next I send out my Feraligatr. I think he gets the confusion hacks here, and I go for the safe Waterfall, since some of the other members can take ice attacks, since this thing is quad resist to ice. I just went for the safe Waterfall, since it's also stab, and I get crit, which easily takes it out. And I take some Life Orb recoil. Next, he sends out his Zabrisca, or however you say that. He goes with the Wild Charge, which easily takes out my Feraligatr, since Feraligatrs can be a bit bulky, but mine isn't bulky. It's more of an offensive. And it takes recoil and then off Life Orb damage. Next, I send out probably the MVP of this battle, which is my Steelix. He goes for a Flame Charge, which does an okay amount of damage, for how much defense my Steelix has. And it takes more recoil. I use this to set up my Stealth Rocks, which Stealth Rocks, from what I found out now, are very useful. He goes for Thunder Wave, forgetting that, or predicting that I would switch. Steelix resists it, and I go for an Earthquake to take out his Riska. Next, he sends out his Altaria. He goes for Sing, but it misses, and I go for Gyro Ball, since Steelix is like really slow, and Altaria, well, and most other Pokemon are very fast. A lot faster than my Steelix, so that's the reason why. He goes for Sing again, and it goes off, and puts Steelix to sleep. The first Tamer Sleep, he uses Dragon Dance to try to set up for sweeping. The second turn of sleep, he sets up another Dragon Dance, but I wake up and I go for another Gyro Ball, which takes it out. Next, he sends out his Metagross. This is where it gets a bit stally between these two, so Steelix and Metagross are like perfect counter opposites of each other. He goes for Earthquake, and I go for Earthquake. My Earthquake actually does a bit more, since Steelix has Stab with it, and also Steelix is physically defensive. He goes for another Earthquake, which brings me to probably about a quarter of health left, or less. Yeah, about less than a quarter. And I go for my last Earthquake, which takes out his Metagross. Next, he sends out his Mean Shell. And it uses Fake Out, which doesn't do a lot to my Steelix since it's resisted. Also, the giant defense he has, or she has. And then it goes for High Jump Kick, which takes out my Steelix, which makes perfect sense because that attack's like overboard broken. Next, I send out my Alexam, otherwise known as Psy, and I go for a Psychic, which I'm still wondering, like, if it was a speed tie or if his Mind Chow was just sashed or something like that. Next, he sends out his Chandelure, and I go for Shadow Ball to take out his Chandelure. And that should be the end of the box. I think that's the last Pokemon. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and also, what should be my next project on my channel. And I'll see you later.